Oh, we're live. We're live. We're live.
Okay.
Are we live? Are we live now?
Mine.
Does it say
I
we're
don't
live?
see
What
it.
does it say?
It's live.
In the top right corner of my.
But people are still waiting. That's
Chat, do you
Yeah,
see
it's
us?
live. It's
Now
live.
we're on. It's live.
I mean, in a way,
Oh, there we go. There we are.
We have assembled.
Oh,
Awesome. We are here. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Film Hub. This is the first episode of Film Hub, which we're going to be talking about, I guess, the origins of Film Hub, the origins of us as YouTubers. So I am Mauricio from Brown Table, and everyone can just go in a row and introduce themselves.
Who's next?
Where we started?
Fuck, I don't know, man.
Alex, go
Who's
next.
first? Okay, yeah.
I'm Alex from High Top Films, and I've been a fucking YouTuber for 1 year, and it's killed my soul. Who's next?
I feel that.
I'm
Pretty
Jonathan from Films and Stuff. I've been a YouTuber, I think, for 2.5 years, and it's also killed my soul.
Yay! I'm not alone.
I'm
Go
Houston
Bailey.
from Productions
Okay.
One. I have been a YouTuber for like 8 or 9 years, and you know, my soul is more alive than ever. It is wonderful.
Dude, Houston's the
Yeah.
veteran. Houston's the youngest one, and he's the veteran here.
I'm with Houston on that because
The world
I'm
hasn't-
Bailey.
Yeah.
I'm Bailey from Breaking Banter and Loverboy Media, and I've been on YouTube for over 4 years now. Which is depressing when I say it because, running a bit behind everyone else, but that's fine.
Media. Subscribe to this guy, seriously.
Fucking hell, man. That is a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, I am that Robbie. There you go. That's everything. I've been a YouTuber for like a year, I think, and it's been pretty fun. I'm not dead yet, but you know, it's getting to that point. So, you know. And I think that's all we need to know.
YouTube is alive
Lit.
and well.
All right, nice stream.
Yes.
I'll see you later. That was fun.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
all right,
Thanks
guys.
for the questions.
All right, cool.
Thanks, guys, for coming. I really appreciate it.
I'm on
We all
4
do.
hours of sleep. I want to go have another nap.
Oh, so am I.
no.
So am I.
Yeah, I went out last night, so I'm a bit.
Did you?
fucked.
Yeah, no, that's my night tonight. I've been living on like 4 to 5 hours of sleep every day this week, so I'm feeling good.
So this isn't really Film Hub related, but I think it's worth sharing. I went to a 21st, and I was promised food at the 21st,
Which is
so
why you
I
went in
drink-
the first place.
Yeah, so you drink heaps, right? And they bring out like 2 serves of food. And it's like, that's not a meal. How the fuck, how can you advertise food and only bring
You've
like
been
3
played.
things out? I was
You've been
played. And so like I got very drunk because there wasn't any fucking food. And you know, now
a
I have
coffee
4
right now?
hours of sleep. It's
Have you got a
tea.
coffee
It's
right
green
now?
tea.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's
green
definitely
tea.
sleep.
Over.
I just want to point out that as an Australian, Robbie said the word heaps instead of like tons.
You don't say
Yeah.
heaps?
No, no one says heaps. You say
No
heaps.
one says heaps? I say heaps. Heaps of
Loads.
We spell ton
Heaps of
differently. I have to
movies.
like think about it every time I go to type. Like it's tons better. We spell it differently as well.
I
So,
don't
like,
use
I
the
just-
word
Houston, you
anymore.
have
We just don't
heaps
use the
of
word.
Walter Mitty Blu-ray.
I don't use
right?
it. I'm like, I don't want to be embarrassed.
Okay, so should we take
um,
questions or should we talk about ourselves?
I want to take a few questions first. Let's like integrate with the chat.
I feel that.
Okay.
Okay. Unzips
Do the
pants.
Tom Hardy.
Yes. do it.
Jesus.
It's the best.
All right. Can I get some silence while I forward to character?
Oh,
My name is Eddie Brock, and I'm a reporter. I follow people who do not want to be followed. What the fuck else does he say? I've fucking forgotten that movie, man.
You're hired.
Like,
Oh no, you suck. That one. What was that one?
oh no, yeah, because most people are good at hiding in plain sight, but you suck. It's fucking such a dog shit movie, man.
No,
I
it's
love it.
brilliant.
No, it's the
I
best
love-
movie.
Wait.
Yeah,
See, they
fight
can't hear
me.
you.
That movie gifted us with what we're doing right now. So like it
Can
gave
you not hear me?
This is-
It's the 5th
highest
grossing movie of the year.
I was looking,
to make
I
more
was
than
looking at that the other day. It's like, it's insane how Avi Arad sort of like told everyone, no, this is what you people want. And everyone was like, fuck off, we don't want this. And then he makes it. And it's like the 5th highest grossing film of the year. And it's like, okay, so people did want this shit. Like Avi Arad was right.
He's gonna get the wrong idea.
I love how even in the first like tryout podcast we talked about Venom, and now we're still
Oh,
talking
it's-
about Venom.
Yeah,
It's the best
It's a
movie ever.
recurring
Because it's
thing.
the shit, man. Venom is wild, dude.
I have a
Is Craven the
question.
Hunter going to be a huge financial success as well, as much as Venom? I don't know.
Dude, Jared fucking
Wait, what is?
Morbius?
Craven the Hunter?
Oh, wait, they're making a Craven the Hunter movie?
Does it have Tom Hardy?
Rumor.
Yeah, that's the
The
question.
Tom Hardy
Venom versus
cinematic
Craven the
universe.
Hunter. I don't know, man.
Hey, Carson
Um,
Northwest is in our chat.
Oh, Karsten.
Hi,
Hello,
Karsten.
how's it going, Karsten?
We have been
Hello.
blessed.
Why is
Oh
everyone
my
making
God.
jokes?
84 people. We need to up our game right now. I have a
Yeah,
question I want to
guys,
ask.
Oh,
start
sweet.
sharing our stream, guys.
I have
This is a channel about BDSM. Yes, it is. You got it. You got it, man.
What is the
We're
last-
whatever people need us to be.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Now the key to the hog tie is that you have to.
I don't even know what the fuck was just referenced. I don't want to know what was
Right over
referenced.
my
It's
head.
like
No,
We're references within references. I don't even get the first reference of layered references.
What's the weirdest
anything
thing-
with BDSM in it, I sort of start to switch off. It's like
Bailey,
Nah,
should we talk about the Avengers trailer? Because everyone keeps asking us that, and
do we do it that
Maybe-
early on?
Here, you're gonna be.
maybe
Yeah, we got it.
maybe
Oh, that's
we
so
should
impressive.
no, but maybe we'll
Oh,
just
alright,
talk about it,
all right.
but
What
without
about
spoilers. Like
we
how
talk
felt
about
it.
what about Daredevil? Daredevil's cancelled.
Yep.
Yeah, we could do
Okay.
Daredevil.
Bailey can chime in on that.
Has some feelings about that.
Just-
I think-
just-
I think
so- just so
everyone has
people-
feelings.
Just so people watching know what we're talking about right now, I basically am not watching the trailer for the new Avengers. I don't like to watch movie trailers before I see them because I'm seeing them anyway. So that's what everyone wants to talk about it. We'll talk about it once. I'll leave.
No,
I'll leave and
Bailey-
then we'll talk about it. But
Bailey just hates Marvel. That's the truth, guys.
oh,
Yeah.
Of course.
The
No, I
trailers
just-
make him sick. Is what is the truth.
yeah, I don't know. I just don't watch the trailers for stuff. So that can be a conversation once I bail. If we need to get that out of the way, that's fine. We can do that. But we're gonna have people for the entire hour like rocking up and going, Avengers! We gotta talk about Avengers. So
All right.
We came here to do one thing, to talk about Avengers, so that's what we're gonna do.
Oh my god.
I'll leave with Bailey when we talk about Avengers. I have nothing to say. I had like one tweet about it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I've tweeted like 6 times.
I
we
tweeted
doing
like
it now?
7 times. I feel like people are already tired of how many times I tweeted about
Yeah.
it.
are we talking
Are we
Avengers
talking?
now?
So wait,
I don't think so.
is this Daredevil
Okay.
or Avengers? What the fuck are we?
No, we're
referring
talking
to?
about Catwoman right now, dude. The best movie of all
Oh,
time.
okay. My
I
favorite
got it.
film ever made. Halle Berry's performance in that is
Fuck.
nothing short of Academy Award worthy.
It's
I
listen.
love Sharon Stone. She's a fantastic antagonist. Is Sharon
That
Stone the
is-
antagonist, or am I thinking of something else?
No, you're right. You're right. I think
Oh, okay.
I have no
Fucking
idea.
hell.
I don't know. I just call her CGI lady.
fucking chemical face cream that's gonna destroy the world.
Dude,
Hey,
the
bro,
movie is so
the
brilliant.
fucking basketball.
Right, all of us.
Dude, they're like grinding in front of children, and it's the greatest.
It's
scene
it's
I've
amazing.
ever
Like
seen.
it's
so
fucking
good.
phenomenal.
It's so good.
It's
Are we
awesome, man.
taking chat
brilliant.
questions? Because I have a question I can ask that we can all answer.
Sure. What is
Yes.
What's the weirdest shit that all of you have ever had to do for YouTube? That's a fun one. What's like the most dedication you've ever?
Oh,
Ooh.
Ooh.
That is a good idea.
I don't
fuck,
know.
man.
Who's going first?
Bailey painted his face blue. That was a thing.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
Bailey
say
did paint his
a lot
face
of
blue
kids-
in Loverboy Media. Yeah.
Like back when we first started, back when Jay and I first started on Breaking Banter, like we did a lot of really weird stuff. Like there was a point where I got into like a caveman onesie and like did like a was it like a magic mic? Like it was just weird. Like there was a lot of, because we didn't really worry too much about reviewing at the start. It was just like, let's just do
Yeah.
weird shit and like be entertaining and it's like way different now. But yeah, I've done like a lot of strange stuff. There's been a lot of like costumes like early on and a lot of like well, there was heaps of other stuff I haven't thought about. Like when I'm at home, I usually don't wear clothes, right? So we did like a Game of Thrones like live reaction while we were in Europe. And I didn't even realize, but the first 20 minutes of us sitting there watching the episode, I was just wearing my underwear. And I did not even think about it. So there's
Bailey,
been
that's
like
so
weird
fucking
shit
hot, dude. Like,
Yeah.
there's
fucking-
been
let me see
weird
that
shit
video.
like that where I didn't think, and then people started like messaging on the stream. They're like, "This is they're like, this is hot," and I'm like, "Oh, hang on, what the fuck have I done?" So there's been a lot of weird stuff I've done on on YouTube. Yeah, so that's me done. A lot of weird stuff, and it's just gonna keep getting weirder now that I'm doing the Why I Love series because there's a lot of weird
Hashtag
stuff
Bailey.
to cover.
Hashtag Bailey is thick. Let's get that trending.
The amount
Bailey, dude.
he puts into his videos never ceases to amaze me. Like, because you could just narrate over the top of footage with voiceover, but Bailey he's on camera, he's doing the work, he's being physical.
I know. Dude, your Brockhampton video was like.
Yeah, I have a lot of fucking.
Brockhampton was amazing. That intro to Brockhampton was brilliant. I loved it.
Yeah, everyone hated me doing that at the festival.
Part of the reason why I'm like happy we're doing this stream is that like it gives me a chance at least to say like that I am genuine fans of like everyone here, and I think it's like the effort that like you guys go to is just fucking insane. Like it's nuts, and like the pacing, the way you guys can continuously make shit is just like
It's
incredible.
exhausting. It's exhausting.
Yeah, it's.
a video in a month.
I don't know how the hell you guys do it. Like
I saw Spider-Verse and I had like finals to do and I had to rush it out and I did it in like 2 days.
Yeah.
Dude, you beat me. You got your video out before I did, and yours was an essay. Mine was just me reviewing it on camera. Like, that's incredible.
His Into the
Thank
Spider
you.
yeah, it's fucking crazy, man.
best videos, and he made it in 2 days. That blows my mind.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
after I saw the movie, I had to talk about it. Like I started typing it on the train. It was like I was so passionate about it.
Yeah.
So I feel like that really translated well into the essay. So I
I'm
like
That's so
assuming it
efficient.
was one draft because that's all you have to do. Like when you're doing on a 2-day schedule. That's
exactly. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
tough.
No, right, as like covering what Romy just said, like genuinely, it's so cool that you guys like, because I'm a channel that's like half the size of like the next biggest like channel in this group. Like it's kind of really cool for me to be in this group. It's fucking amazing.
Dude.
No, Bailey, dude. Everybody subscribe to Bailey because his content, especially Loverboy
I
Media,
definitely
is
Bailey,
so
yeah.
good. Like his
Yeah.
Dark Knight video on Loverboy Media is one of the best edited videos I've seen in such a long time. It's fantastic. It's great.
Yeah.
Aw, thanks gues.
Praise for Bailey. Remember, everyone, praise for Bailey.
now get in your underwear. No.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's make it hot,
That'll
guys.
be the key. That'll be the key.
People keep suggesting that should be like a Patreon thing. They're like, what? I was like, what rewards do you guys want on Patreon? There's like 10 people came back and were like, just send shirtless like videos. And I was like, oh my God, like that'd be the easiest money of my life. But no,
I love
I have
this.
morals.
You're
I
not
have
sinking
morals.
to that level, you know.
Someone in the comments
Nah.
saying, cool Captain America costume. Why didn't you tell Tony about his parents? Because I was worried about Bucky.
These are valid
friend.
concerns.
Should
Yo,
we go
that
back to the
video
question
is so
of,
good.
of weirdest
Yeah.
things that we've done
Yeah,
for
weirdest things.
YouTube? I would say the weirdest thing that I've done would be it's not as weird as the blue face stuff, but I did go to Dragon Con and film my Infinity War video this year, and
Yeah.
talking to people in costumes was freaking hilarious. There was like
That was amazing.
there were I mean I cut
That
a ton of stuff that was
that
just
was-
weird, but like there were the War Boys from Mad Max just shirtless and all white, and they were saying weird stuff, and there were pirates breathing like super heavy cigar smoke into my face, and I'm like,
Damn.
so what would you do with the Infinity Gauntlet? And they're like speaking in 17th century dialect, and I'm like, okay.
That was my
Did
favorite
you-
stuff of that video.
Yeah.
Like that was so entertaining.
Yeah,
Especially
so
the,
good.
Did you
the
buy
big villain
an anime
from-
body pillow?
No, I didn't, but
You
you know,
should have, dude. You
No,
I
should
give it
you
a
know
shot.
he did. He 100% did.
Yeah.
it's not hidden under the table right now. Not at all.
He's not secretly like just sitting on it.
I
That's
don't
his camera.
secretly have anime posters all over my room whenever I'm not filming.
I have 2 right now up.
That explains
Pretty
the
wild.
blank walls in your room, Mauricio. You probably got a lot of furry posters up there.
Yeah, he just take it
Oh,
all
there
around.
you go. That was a good
They'll
burn,
see.
dude. That
They'll
was a good
see.
burn. Whoa.
Can I ask?
didn't expect
what was the point of that furry video, man? Like, I liked it. I'm just asking. It's so different from what you usually do.
Because my channel is video essays, but I also do skits because I like to, film stuff just when I'm bored. So
Yeah, Joey
I
Salad's
feel like
video is amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
more of that stuff.
I really had fun with that. It's one of my favorite videos I've ever made, just because of the song and like it actually happened.
And
It's
it lends us
so
something
fun.
too.
I just have a
Oh,
genuine
Joey
question.
Salads. Joey Salads is going to be in an upcoming video on Brown Table.
Oh, nice
Hey,
tease.
Oh,
that
that's so
serious?
good, brother.
Good
Yes.
tease.
We need to get him on
Yeah.
this podcast. Is what we have to do.
That's
Yeah, I
oh my
reckon-
god, you're right.
yeah.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah.
I have a genuine question. Like,
that's
how
awesome.
do you guys sort of feel about like broadening what you do? Because I think like that's been a concern
Yeah.
for me.
That's been a big
Yeah.
for me.
It didn't work.
yeah.
I with that, like, that's why I started a second channel, because I tried to pack it all
Yeah.
onto, so like Breaking Banter being a review channel, and I was like, this is not the right space for me to do essays. So I moved the essays onto the other channel, but I've tried to like, I think it's hard if you haven't cultivated the space in the first place to accommodate to it. Like, I know a lot of you guys do like your superhero videos. I feel like the more you push down that angle, the more it's going to be expected of you to deliver on that nonstop.
I feel
You're curating
like,
your audience.
For me, I think it's a case of like, if you want to try to reset in any way, you've got to like try to. I think we mentioned this. We talked about this recently, like a one for me, one for you type thing. So like the try to like keep. Obviously, film's my main thing, but I was like, okay, 4 videos into this series, I want to do a video on a band. And then in another 3 videos time, I want to do a game, and I want to just keep it open so people don't just expect I'm going to be doing film over and over again.
Yeah,
I think that's how like you can't just all of a sudden just start throwing shit like at people and expect
you have to tease it in. You have to tease it.
Yeah, you've got to like work it in slowly, and it's not going to get as good a response like straight up. Usually, it's rare that you're going to throw something new into the works and people are going to be like, "Yes, I love it as much as everything else." You just got to like gradually ease people into it.
Yeah.
Like for me, if you can't see, I'm trying to set up this green screen studio. I'm not in the next one, but the one after that video, it's for sure going to be implemented. So that's where I want to push it. But also, my channel is probably easily the most academic of the 6 of us. But even then, I'm trying to slowly drop that because I find it becomes sort of limiting on the topics you can discuss. And also, the time to write an academic video is so much longer than a personal take. And I think they both have value. And I'm sort of trying to, stretch both muscles. I think both are important.
There's a lot more freedom when you're personality based, I think. Like,
I agree.
Like I switched to being personality based. I started off trying to be like nerd writer, of course, like everyone does.
Yeah, everyone did.
And then I was like, this is my origin story. And then we can all do origin stories. And then I was like, what's missing from the video essay niche on YouTube? Like this fucking like out there sense of like punkiness to the whole thing, like saying fuck a lot, like not worrying about saying or like who you offend and shit.
You say fuck more now, but I used to like swear a lot in my earlier videos, but
in the earlier videos I say fuck so much, man.
That algorithm, hasn't
Speaking of the algorithm, my Catwoman video was flagged as like mature content. And so like it's getting less like revenue now, so it's really
too sexy for YouTube.
Yeah, too sexy for. I mean, the thumbnail says not porn, so I was kind of surprised that it wasn't detected before. Honestly,
least diverse podcast ever. Fucking Lamau.
I'm like Hispanic. I'm Hispanic.
Dude, we can Asian. My girlfriend can pop on here. We can, so it's not like a sausage fest. With the men.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we did make this podcast more diverse. That's definitely something that we will be doing in the future.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of guests on, I think.
Also, how many film essayists on YouTube, like regardless of like being from different nationalities, how many of us like aren't white though? Like there's
a significant
amount of people to choose from is pretty small. Like
But either way, we'll try to cover that stuff. We'll try to cover our bases, but we want to get it on. We want to get people on here because we're not going to try to do it from like a diversity basis. We just want to get other creators on and get other creators talking about stuff.
Are we basically the Avengers of YouTube? Yes.
No way. We're the fucking Titans right now. We haven't earned the title of Avengers yet. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. We're like the.
Wait, are we ranking Titans above the Justice League? I feel like Justice League is like the lower tier than Titans right now.
I don't know about that. It's pretty close.
I think the Revengers is above the Justice League at this point.
It is. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, going back to what we were saying about the video format thing, I think every single time that I have attempted to do like my channel is going to be this thing, this is the format of my channel, I haven't kept it for more than 2 or 3 videos because I always want to keep expanding and evolving. And so like at the beginning of this year, I decided I want to show my face on camera more because even though I will look at these videos and think, oh, I was so young then, I want them to be for time rather than trying to be timeless. And I'm going to not have a specific format. I'm just going to do a new type of video every week. And I think that's worked a lot better than being like, I'm a video essayist who does this type of video. I like the flexibility a lot.
I've also found like on my first video, I could tell you my 3 biggest influences are Nerd Writer, Everything Painting, and YMS. And you could see, like I steal a joke from YMS in that first video I did.
We've all done it.
We've all done it. That's part of inspiration, creativity. But as I go further, I'm no longer thinking how would I do it in that person's style. You just created your own style, and doing it is second nature. It is just
Do you guys ever like have that feeling that you have to copy yourself? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have that all the time.
No.
It drives me nuts. Like,
'Cause
I'm
it's like
trying
you
to do
create-
a version of me. Yeah, exactly.
You
Like,
create like a
creating-
brand, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like I'm like
Maybe I
when
should be
high top
worried
films
about
say
that.
that.
'Cause I'm not concerned about that at all. Maybe I should be, considering you guys were all like yes, and I was like no. Like, maybe I should start thinking
Well,
about
I don't know
that.
if it's a thing that you should be concerned with or not. Like my cartoon avatar is like a branding thing. And sometimes I feel like I just have to put it in videos to keep with the branding. But other times I feel like it's unnecessary. And so I cut it. And I don't really know whether I should just cut it entirely or if I need to keep going with it because that's the brand or something. Like I've had people I've talked to in real life be like, oh, you're the guy with the cartoon avatar. I know you. And so I'm like, what if I cut that? Then they don't know who I am.
But
I
I also
cartoon
think,
avatar.
as much as I think you should create a brand consistency,
Right.
if you're not constantly changing and evolving that brand, your brand's actually dying, is the
Right.
truth of it.
Right.
So you have to constantly be pushing that.
I think YouTube
Can
would
I-
beg to differ in a lot of cases. Any of like the channels.
I would disagree. I mean, I think
a lot of
things-
channels I've seen try to like at like over 1 million subs that have like tried changing their branding anyway. As soon as they do it,
Bobby
people are like,
Burns.
what have you done? You have betrayed our trust. So
Dude, Bob, can we get Bobby Burns on here? Holy
Yeah,
fuck,
I
I
would
have
be
so many
amazing.
fucking
Dude, he'll
questions
probably
for that
smoke
guy.
weed on the podcast.
Fuck
Dude,
it.
I want Bobby on here. That's the goal right
Bobby
now.
was a
Yeah.
big inspiration of mine early on. And
Me
even
too.
before he did film stuff, he did like Lego stuff, which I was inspired by when I was doing like
He did Lego
like
stuff?
he's
Whoa.
yeah,
I
he
like-
did
I
stop
like
motion. That was
Houston.
his first thing.
I like this
Yeah.
question. How long does it take to create a video?
Oh,
Holy
that's
shit.
different
Fuck
for
hell.
everyone.
Yeah.
yeah, that's different for everyone because it
It's
depends.
different.
Like
Yeah.
It
I
took me
did-
2 months on the Harry Potter and Infinity War videos, but most videos take like a week or so. I don't know. Yeah.
yeah,
It really depends on my life. Like I have college,
Right.
and that's hard, man. But-
Yeah.
Oh,
I do
you know what helps
hours,
a
like
lot?
how many hours.
Sponsors have deadlines, and so that like you have to get it by that deadline, and that really helps.
Yeah.
I feel like if you
Yeah.
want to create content on the internet, put deadlines for yourself. So if you don't have it by that deadline, like then you're just, I don't know what you're doing, but it really helps to manage your time so you can create videos constantly.
Yeah.
I'd like to
If
think
you
it
create
would,
videos.
but I don't think it would because my scripting process is so like I'm so bad at like staying focused. Like once I'm editing,
Right.
I'll just edit I can sit there and edit like 24 hours a day. I cannot sleep if I need to like while I'm editing. I'm used to doing that with reviews. But like actually scripting the essays, I'm so like I've spent so long getting caught up on like, oh, what are people going to say about this? If I say this, it's going to piss someone off and they're not going to watch the video if I say this. And so like you guys have been, particularly Alex in this scenario has been like
Oh,
really
boy.
good at like watching your videos. I've been like, I just need to give so many less fucks than I do. Because I'm not the type of person who does in real life, but as soon as I start scripting a video, I'm like, oh, I'm getting all nervous about this stuff. Does this make sense? Does this work? Does this do justice to what I'm covering? And so it just extends the process out so much more. Like it's been a month since I've done a Why I Love video. And obviously I've done like 12 videos or something on Breaking Banter in that amount of time. But like, I just want to focus on like,
Crazy,
that's what I love. I want to focus on like
Yeah.
working on that. But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
every time I sit down, I'm like, oh, I need a good 4 hours to just get 5 words done. So
Yeah.
like the fact that Mauricio is like pumping an essay out like at the quality of the
Oh, I
Spider-Verse
know.
one on
Oh
the
my
screen,
gosh.
I'm like, what? How?
I
don't know.
I have ADD, so like I find it hard to focus sometimes. So I will do things like I go to the library to write. I feel like I can't write
my
a
God,
video
the
unless
library.
I am able to talk out loud and like say what I'm typing
Yes.
and say it in the
Yes.
voice that I'm doing it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when I go to the library, I sit outside where no one else is, and then I just speak at like at a normal voice while I write my video and whatever to try to
Sometimes you write a sentence down, you read it back. It's like,
right.
that is not English. That is.
Robbie, I have a question.
Can I say
for you,
something
man.
real quick? Oh, okay.
Yes.
I have one quick question.
Hit me, my man.
Sorry. How long did that Jughead monologue take you? That's my question. How many
Well,
takes? How many
okay.
takes?
I actually did 4 because
nice.
I wasn't satisfied with them. This is the inner director coming out. Is that I saw my
Okay.
performance and I was like, no, this is way too much like Cole Sprouse. I have to give my own interpretation, you know? So
I feel that. I
um,
respect that. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to just copy people. You know, to anyone listening that wants to do anything on YouTube, don't copy people.
Yeah,
That
do your own
applies
thing.
for everything.
You can take
take
things from other
influence.
people.
Yeah, I think it's
But
okay
don't-
to be inspired, but you have to evolve
Yeah,
through that
you can't
inspiration.
just fucking copy, man.
Right.
You can't just straight up be
Unless
like,
that you showed this on Twitter the other day, but someone copied your Batman v Superman video and just posted
Oh,
it. To
yeah.
YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
is-
that was messed up.
I'm gonna double check if that's still up because like I sent a report last night, but knowing YouTube,
Oh,
you
it's
know,
definitely
like,
still on there.
YouTube was too busy with YouTube Rewind.
Oh,
Wait,
that dumpster fire.
They were too busy
really
deleting comments.
Should DC films reboot everything, or should they leave it there? Because I feel like it's already a big train wreck. Someone asked me in the chat, but we can all answer that shit.
Can I go first?
Let it happen.
Do
Let
an
it go.
animated
Just
universe
let
like Spider-Verse.
Yeah, let me
honestly,
go
I
last.
think if they can recover, that would be amazing. So I say
That
keep
would be
it
amazing.
going.
Like Fast and Furious.
Yeah, exactly.
They get good at the 5th movie.
Yeah, totally. Well,
Are we up
no,
to the 5th
I
movie?
look.
No, the 5th movie
as-
was
as
Justice
the-
League, wasn't it?
No,
I
I was
think
saying
I'm
Fast
the
and Furious
resident-
gets good at the
I
5th
think
movie.
I'm the resident DCEU fan here.
Yeah.
I think I'm the
Nerd.
only one that likes more movies than I hate, which is
I think so too. Man.
yeah, I like 3 and hate 2. So there we go.
yeah.
Robbie is the
Um,
crazy uncle of this podcast.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
see, we're all
Wait, let
friends,
me
guys.
answer a question real quick.
Yeah.
There's one that says like up until this point, I thought Brown Table was like a small group of people, and that's what I did. I acted like Brown Table was like a whole bunch of
Yeah, you
like,
use the phrase "we," don't you?
Yes, I
Yeah.
use the phrase "we" to make people feel like it's a giant, like it's like an actual company,
A business.
because that's what I want it to be, right? Okay, I'll just make this my origin story. I started making fan-made trailers until I eventually decided to give like I loved Spider-Man 3 for some reason. Like I rewatched it.
Dude, for some reason.
And so-
but no, it's awesome.
I decided,
It's awesome,
okay, I
yeah.
want to make a Spider-Man 3 video. And then that was my first video essay. And after that, I was like, I really like doing like videos like these. And I started looking up what video essay was, and I saw Nerdwriter, and I started trying to copy that until I found my own voice. And that was pretty much it. But I've always acted like Brown Table is like a bunch of people to make it seem like, you know, we have this down, and I'm just like the face of it. But no, it's
You're
just,
like
it's just
Venom.
me.
You have to refer to yourself. As
It's we, but no, it's just me, man. And it's a lot of work. Well, my dad helps me with the thumbnail sometimes.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, nice.
he gets help from
Very
his
clever.
dad. What a loser!
Fucking
My dad
loser.
filmed
Dude, my
Dragon Con videos, so-
my dad made the banner for the new Brown Table banner. He was the one that made
Oh,
it.
nice.
I just like
Oh, wow.
reworked it a little bit. Yeah,
I love
pretty
people
cool.
who have good relationships with their parents.
that's just
Well,
that. This is
I
like,
have a
this
good
is gonna
relationship
sound-
with my parents. It's just my parents are like the polar opposite to me. They're not artistic at all. Like they are much
You're
more
right.
in like the tactile industry. Like they're more into a building industry than an arts thing. And I think
Which
it's
in a
so
way is
fascinating.
art of a sort, but a different kind
Oh
of art.
yeah, and if my parents are listening, which they probably aren't, I'm not shit talking you, but no, it's that idea. Like I find it very interesting how you can not have any connection to art, and yet your kids can be obsessed with it. I find that so interesting, and vice
We're also
versa.
genera- We're also kind of a generation more obsessed with media than the last
yeah,
one. I
of
feel.
course, yeah.
And that's kind of where I come into it. Like for me, it's like the whole discussion online sometimes is thing bad or is thing good? Where I think the far more interesting discussion is why the fuck are we so obsessed with it?
Yeah,
and,
true.
that counts for all of us.
I found in my
Is
old
there-
age, all I care about in movies is if I feel anything or not. Like if I
Yeah.
go in and I go out numb, I'm like, it's
Oh
may not be
man, I
bad.
was just about to spoil a scene from Spider-Verse.
Don't do it, man.
No!
Don't do it.
Bailey,
Don't do it.
but Bailey, do you know what I'm talking
I'm
about? right?
literally
Bailey, do you
seeing
know what I'm
it
talking
in
about?
like fucking 6 hours.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck
Bailey,
up.
do you know
I'm
what I'm
seeing
talking
it at
about?
1 p.m. tomorrow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. As I said,
Yes.
like I was like half an hour into the movie, and I was like, "Why am I crying already?"
I'm
Yeah.
so
No,
happy to hear that.
no, the feel
Fuck,
something part.
man.
The feel something, dude.
Oh yeah.
I'm so-
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, all I
I feel
have
like
to
you're
I'm-
speaking in coded language.
No,
Yeah.
that's
I'm
good, but,
seeing
like-
it with my girlfriend, and I'm not 100% sure if it's okay to cry at a kids movie. Like,
Oh, bro,
Yeah.
I
I
cry.
thought-
Right then and
we
there.
talked about this the other day. I cry in everything, man.
Kids
like-
movies
I
are the
could be the
only
most
things I cry in.
Yeah, you've got
Exactly.
to used to cry in a kids movie. Just flick
I
your
don't
tears
think
at the children, like, God.
Dude, I cried everything.
I don't know.
honestly.
Do kids ever cry at kids movies? Is it like
I
That's
remember
just-
crying for the
No,
first
they're-
time in Toy
they're too
Story
dumb.
3.
That
okay,
didn't get me
yeah.
though. Toy Story 3 didn't get me. It was
you didn't cry at Toy Story 3?
No,
No,
I
I-
did. That was one of the first times
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember crying. That and when Dobby died. You know.
Oh yeah, that
When
one.
James
Oh,
Franco died
fucking
in
spoilers!
Spider-Man.
I'm like one movie away
Oh my
from
god!
finishing the series.
No.
A universal
Nah, I
spoiler
fucking-
that everyone
I know
knows.
Dobby dies. Man. Nah, look, I'm not
I'll
going to
tell you
complain
something,
about
Dumbledore.
Harry Potter spoilers for a series that ended fucking
Hey,
7
Robbie,
years
Snape
ago.
kills Dumbledore.
I saw that last night. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wait, what's
I
your
just
favorite Harry
watched
Potter
that,
movie?
yeah.
What's your favorite Harry Potter movie so far, Robbie?
So far, I would probably say either Order of the Phoenix.
No!
Oh, the
Half-Life.
worst one.
Half-Life.
The worst one. in my
You know,
opinion.
you know.
No, man, I
No,
love
no,
them.
no, no.
They're great.
I like it when people like Order of the Phoenix because it gets crapped on so much,
I like
and
it.
it's
No, I
honestly a
like
good
it. I just-
movie.
It has the
I
best
like it. I
wizard
just
fight.
don't want
It does. The wizard fight
but it's
between
the best.
Dumbledore and Voldemort is amazing.
Oh, fuck,
That's-
actually.
The Room of Requirements stuff
Actually,
is
I
great.
really like
Umbridge
Goblet
is
of Fire
great.
as well.
Yeah,
I really
all
like
of them
Goblet
are
Goblet of
good.
Fire is great. All of the movies are great.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even the weakest movie is still amazing and
Yeah.
far
Yeah,
better.
no,
than
so that's-
What's the
what I'm saying,
weakest in
like-
your eyes?
Wait,
I'm
we got
Order of
a
Phoenix.
good one. We got a good one. I think you guys should read more Ian Fleming novels and watch more Hitchcock films.
Good, good.
I have
Was-
seen
I
Hitchcock
have
My
films.
favorite
Like,
Hitchcock
wait,
film
What?
is Vertigo.
The Rear Window is amazing. I fucking love
I
it.
love
Yes.
Rear Window.
I got to see Vertigo in IMAX one time. That
Are
was
you
amazing.
serious?
That was the coolest thing.
Damn it, dude.
I still
I also
haven't
saw
seen that.
2001 in
I've got
IMAX.
a bunch
and-
of Hitchcock movies.
Oh, nice.
Studied them. That's part of being a film dude. Is you go and you like I have like half of them downloaded and then the other half I have on Blu-ray. So like that's
Dude, you know what's even more annoying is the fact that I made a Marvel CGI video. I study computer animation, and people are telling me that I don't know anything, and it's really, really
Yeah.
annoying. That's so
That's the
fucking
go-to.
annoying.
That's the go-to.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
people who don't like Daredevil commented on my video. They're like, "You don't even you didn't go to film school. Fuck you. What do you know? Daredevil's trash."
Yeah.
Like that's
It's
just
annoying.
how.
Well,
comments are just
okay,
a waste of time.
that actually raises a very good point because I want to point this out. Is that I don't think anyone on our channels, I don't think we've ever said that we know anything.
Yeah.
I do all the
Like-
time. I do all the
Probably
time.
isn't. Yeah.
we let our arguments, hold the weight, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't pretend like I'm some fucking genius. Like
Yeah,
I don't know what the
No,
fuck
I'm with
talking
Robbie on this
about.
one. I always call myself
You know?
a bitch and shit for fun. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
It's
always-
like-
amazing. Every
you-
time you do that, it's funny as hell.
Thank you.
Like I just say what I want to fucking say. And if people don't like it, then all right, fine. I don't like it's so sort of weird how people sort of say, "Oh, you don't know shit." It's like I'm not pretending to know shit. Like
Yeah.
I never said
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, my
Yeah, I-
pre 2018 videos were more attempted intellectual, like nerd writer type stuff. But like after that, I was like, I'm just gonna be myself and acknowledge that this is all just my personal opinion. I've abandoned any attempts at objectivity. I think, you
Yeah.
know, I mean, I offer points that I think are valid, but not,
I also think the best stuff about online YouTube media, the stuff that inspires me the most, is that we're basically recreating the films with our own methods. We are practicing film form by using a film or a media product we love and reconstructing it. And that's kind of the fun part of it. That's where I have the most fun. Is like
yeah, it's
changing
funny.
the edit.
I was watching the bonus features for searching the other day in preparation for making my searching video, and I was like, we as video essayists need to be more than just glorified bonus feature makers. I was watching the searching bonus features, and I'm like, am I just gonna make a repeat of this featurette that I'm watching right now? No, I think video essayists can fall into they're just making bonus features on a DVD, but you need to offer your own personal insight to make it transcend beyond that kind of thing.
I think a video
That's,
essayist
like-
has to be at least partly subjective because that's
Yeah.
what makes it
Yeah.
interesting.
But
'cause it's
also,
your
like,
voice.
we have to do the research too.
Yeah, of
Can't
course.
just make it up.
Yeah.
Sure. I find the term video essay, I find it such a fucking like weird thing to throw out. Like it's such
It does not
horseshit. It's
inspire-
like
it's not
Dude, the word
inspire a
fan
casual
fiction
viewer
is
to watch.
weird.
You hear essay and they're like, ugh,
Yeah.
nah.
yeah.
I
it's
think
like,
Nerd Writer
no.
coined the term mostly because
Yeah.
he did
Yeah.
a TED Talk featuring that term.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, like I don't consider what I do video essays. I title them video essays because like that's
Catchy.
what the branding is. Like
Yeah,
that's
That's what
the
people are
title.
searching,
Yeah,
Clickbait
you know,
titles.
it's like I don't like titling them video
Yeah.
essay.
No, I feel.
but I do it because that's how the fuck you get clicks on this.
Do you guys get comments that are like, stop fucking clickbaiting? I always get that shit because my titles are like, they're not even clickbaity. I'm just advertising. Like,
Yeah,
that's not
I
what
mean, the thing is, advertising is clickbait. Clickbait is
Honestly,
advertising.
as long
It's the
as
same
your
thing.
title is not misleading, you can
Yeah.
clickbait all you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, yeah.
You have to market. Yeah.
Like, why is Spider-Man: Homecoming is a bad Spider-Man movie clickbait? Because that's the point of the video.
Literally
People are like,
explain why it's a bad Spider-Man movie.
yeah, and then people are like, but you liked the movie, and I'm like, yeah, I thought it was fine. So it's not a bad Spider-Man movie. I'm like, no, it's a bad Spider-man. They just don't like it. Just doesn't
They didn't
make
get the
sense
semantics of your
of my lingo.
Oh fuck! You started that meme.
Dude, I started the fucking meme, man. That's like my
The
pride.
meme is like this is the yeah.
Oh, that
no,
existed beforehand, I'm sure. Like the whole Last Jedi is a bad Star Wars movie, and that
I think I started it with
Oh,
Spider-Man
man.
on the Spider fans on Twitter. I
Yeah.
think that I fucking
fucking Spider fans.
fueled the Homecoming hate.
Alex, do you have an amazing Spider-Man poster on the wall behind you?
Which one? I have a comic
Like
poster right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I do.
Yeah.
Dude, this is like
Oh
my
yeah,
childhood
Death of
room.
Gwen
Yeah.
Stacy.
Nice.
No, that's right there. That's from the fucking first movie, and that's Death of Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, I was talking about the movie one. Yeah.
Wait, which one's the movie one? I can't see it.
Dude, it's in the way back. It's covering my. I use it to cover my mirror so I don't get reflection when I'm fucking doing shit or watching TV over there.
Oh, that is Amazing Spider-Man. I just saw it.
I have
It's
I think
literally
I've
like
shown
a
this
mirror
before.
blocker.
I have Avengers #1 up there too.
Oh, nice.
That's dope.
I like that.
You guys all have cool room setups.
Mhm.
Well,
I
actually,
finally
no.
took down my
I
long
said
box
all,
breakup
and I looked
poster.
at I looked at Mauricio's room and I was like, it's white walls.
Hey, wait, whoa,
Got 'em.
chill. Wait, come on a second. I have
oh, the
wait,
tour.
Zootopia and My Hero Academia right there, and that's my jam.
He's
That's my
fucking
room.
ticked off the furries, the anime.
Mm.
Houston wins. Houston wins this situation.
Yeah.
I am proud. I have some Disneyland posters that I'm very proud of that I got like limited release, like People Mover and Haunted Mansion and stuff. But then all the exclusive IMAX Infinity War stuff or whatever, you know.
We have
That's
this
dope.
one question, like, how do you guys go about making video essays? Like,
Yeah, the process.
You want my?
the process. I think that's the super
I think
interesting question because
I think I have a bunch of things, but for me, it's I write the like I have to write the initial argument down first. Then
Right.
then I forget about it. I have to close that book and leave it for a week and go. If I'm still thinking about it a week later, then it's strong enough. Then I could like dive deep into it. Because
yeah,
sometimes
very
I write something down. It's like, oh, this would be such a great idea. It's like,
Yeah.
there's nothing here, and like
Yeah.
there are so many videos.
You get like
I
a
think,
one line, you get like a
I-
tagline, you're like, yes, this will be a good idea. And then you actually
Yeah.
think about it, you're like, that's a 2-minute video.
I have
Like,
on my desk.
Yes, I feel
I
that. I feel
apologize to my fans. I have like 2 or 3 scripted videos. I even recorded the voice for, but they're not good enough, and I'm not going to put on my channel because I don't want to edit them because they're not really inspiring to me, and that happens.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's the worst. Is when you have a video idea that in your head was like fucking lit,
Yes.
and you record it, but you sit down, and you edit it, and you're like, I literally have nothing here.
Or
Yeah.
they require a bit more work, and it's like, oh, I have to put this more work into it to make it better, which means going back to the start, which means throwing
Yeah.
out everything you've already
But
done.
essentially,
Sometimes-
yeah, restarting. That happened
Yeah.
to me with A Quiet Place.
Okay.
I did I recorded a whole video, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, this is perfect." And then
I
yeah,
went on Jurassic Park, but I just felt like Jurassic Park is such a saturate. Like everyone has a video, I feel like on Jurassic Park, so it's like
yeah, true,
I'll be
true.
fine with leave it, you know.
Yeah, I feel like it's a balance where sometimes you need to like put in the work and keep grinding through even when you're not feeling it. But other times it's good to like, you know, sometimes I'm just not energized about a video and I have to let it sit for a while before I get the energy back again. I think my best videos were the ones where I just got in the mood. Like I was like, I'm so excited about this movie. Okay. And then I made the video in like 2 days or whatever,
Yeah.
you know, like my Daredevil season 3 video, I made like a couple days after the season was out. And that I was just, I had some energy around it versus if I was trying to make that now, maybe with the season being canceled, I'd still be excited about it. But like if I tried to make that in a year or whatever, I probably wouldn't have any energy
Yeah,
to
true.
do it, you know?
I thought my Daredevil video was gonna bomb. Like I thought it was bad, and then people liked it a
that
lot.
was
and I
so
like,
good, man. Even as somebody who
Nah,
hasn't
it's a
watched
great
it,
video.
it's so good.
Yeah, dude. Like I think, of course,
No,
and
I appreciate
freaking
it.
Vincent D'Onofrio freaking retweeted.
I know that's like I'm gonna
Yeah,
frame
that
that,
was
tweet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Did you
frame it.
notice much
Vinny
of a view
D.
spike after that?
I don't know because it happened the day like right
Right,
after I
yeah.
uploaded it, so I have no idea if it was him or not. Or if
Is
it's
there
just-
a, did you share it with him or did he just find it?
I think people tweeted it to him.
That's nice.
Wish that
Alex,
happened with the
Alex has done a
Brockhampton
good
video.
job of like trying to call out the people who make the thing that he's
Oh
talking
my god,
about to
I'm
get
still
them.
trying to reach Jeff Johns.
Yeah,
still
I
trying.
mean, didn't the Insomniac Games guy
Oh,
see
yeah,
your
yeah.
video or something? That's
Yeah,
pretty
no,
cool.
he saw it. A lot of the Insomniac dudes saw it. They're my boys.
Bro, the most freaking attention I've ever gotten is fucking Screen Rant, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I've been sharing on a
It's
few,
not
like,
even-
I think AV Club, Film School Rejects. I've
Yeah,
been sharing on a few
AV
of
Club
those.
Oh,
shared videos a
um,
while back.
My Zootopia fan film always gets like spread everywhere by like the furry networks and
that's
CNN.
Yeah, fuck.
So, but I like
I
that though.
I am
so
I'm proud of
jealous.
the fan film.
Yeah.
What,
I'm so
what do you-
jealous of people that get them on like websites. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I've
like
never-
I
you
don't
had-
think
never
that's
had a
ever
video
happened.
on a
Didn't you have
website.
like an interview? You had an interview in that.
I had an
Yeah, that was
interview,
cool.
yeah, but I don't
That
think
was
I
really
ever
cool.
had. I've never had a video on a website like
Oh,
linked.
okay. I go.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is fine. Like, look, this isn't me being sad. This isn't sad boy hours. I'm cool with it. But like, yeah, it is. It's like, oh fuck, I want that.
It'll
too.
happen.
Yeah, it'll happen, man.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
never had a
thank you,
video
bro.
featured on a website. I have had like tweets and stuff featured on BuzzFeed. Like when
Yeah,
the Last
yeah,
Jedi came
that's
out, I had a
easy.
ton of tweets about that.
And then
featured
like,
on
oh, like,
BuzzFeed and
it was like a
Twitter
moment
moments
or whatever, and then it like
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
Let's go.
I'll
see what
never
goes through
forget
some-
when like I think the coolest thing that ever happened was when like Zack Snyder saw my Man of Steel video. That was
Oh,
pretty
he
sick.
did?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, he shared it. That was pretty dope.
Yeah.
But like
I've
that was
actually-
like peak.
I had because Alfonso Cuarón retweeted my Roma review, which is
Ooh.
like I
there you
kind
go.
I did
What?
cry and like Kirsten
What?
Dunst
Really?
shared Kirsten
That's
Dunst shared
amazing.
like the stuff that we did because we saw that movie that she was in Woods something Woodshock. Woodstock, yeah.
Right? Like Woodstock.
Yeah.
No, it was some spin on that. Anyway, we saw it
okay.
at like at Venice, and then like we posted a review, and she like she didn't even retweet, she outright shared it, and I was
Yeah.
like, well, that's probably your marketing team doing it, but I'll take that. And Elijah Wood follows me on Twitter and stuff, so I've got like a couple. Neil
Oh,
Patrick
really?
Harris.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Neil Patrick
Holy
Harris follows
shit.
me on Instagram. I feel like he did
What?
it accidentally, and then was like, I feel like he did it accidentally, and was like, well, I'm gonna crush this guy as hard if I unfollow him
That's
now.
funny.
So like. I'm like, wow, Neil Patrick Harris is bitching
That-
about
that's
You
best.
can DM him.
time,
We
like-
can have him on the podcast,
The
dude.
best is when
Oh,
someone with like
he'll make time.
when someone like with like 500,000 followers follows you, like, oh sweet, but then you realize that they're following like 600,000 people.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
best.
The
Right.
voice of Bart Simpson follows me for some reason, which I have no
but,
idea why.
What's her name?
That's awesome, man.
I don't know.
That's dope.
I should know her name.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone does.
I have no idea because I've never talked about The Simpsons ever in a video or anything.
That's fine.
So
Should we turn it over to the? We've been doing this for almost an hour. Should we turn it over to the just Q&A questions?
Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
that.
let's have some
go-
questions.
should we continue with the process thing or what?
They'll come
I
up.
don't know.
They'll come up through. The
I want some
questions, though.
dumbass questions. Like let's.
Yeah.
Keep this, I want some like really fucking dumb
Yes!
questions.
Need
Yeah.
question.
Like, have we ever shot mollies or something? I don't know. I don't know how the drugs work. How do drugs work? I don't fucking.
What are
Say
drugs
shot
really?
What is that?
Yeah, I'm still hung up on the fact that that's the terminology he used.
Yeah, what the
What?
fuck is that, man?
What?
How did this
What?
amazing group start? Twitter, basically.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter
Yeah.
DMs.
I started the. I will never let
Houston,
y'all
yeah.
forget that I did start the chat. I will
Houston
Yeah.
started it.
that.
Houston is
Dude, that
basically the
chat's
creator.
too massive.
I am
now,
the
man.
Nick
I can't
Fury
do it
of this
anymore.
chat.
Not.
Do you,
Ultimate
do you
Alliance
all
3.
watch
Not quite Nick
Revenge?
Fury though.
Ultimate Alliance 3, it looks really bad visually. I bet it could be good. I think it looks visually really ugly.
I,
Wait, what are we talking about?
What do I think of
Ultimate
the Last
Alliance
Jedi?
3 on the
Someone
Switch.
Oh, okay.
asked. It's
I
fine.
haven't seen anything of that.
I feel like I should get
I haven't
excited
seen
for those
He-Man.
video games, but like whenever it's just one of these things where I don't even know what to call it, but it doesn't have like a story mode or anything. It's one of those. I just don't know how that stuff works. I don't.
I'm gonna be playing Red
Oh,
Dead.
what is
for
it
the
called?
next
Do you know what
6
it's called?
months. Like it's I'm covered.
Oh,
Yeah.
Red Dead's so good.
Honestly, if something
Red Dead's
doesn't have
great.
an open world, I'm not interested.
Oh, really?
Like,
Spider-Man.
But I'm not a
Spider-Man
video
Far
game
From
person.
Home thoughts before the trailer.
It's a movie.
I am.
Jesus Christ! Listen, if they have
I am-
CGI on that fucking suit,
Dude,
but
it's
they
gonna
will.
happen.
You know they
It's
will.
gonna happen.
You're gonna
No, I'm just
explode.
kidding, no. Listen, but listen. If that suit is personally to me my favorite Spider-Man suit, even though I really don't like the White Spider, and if they put CGI on top of it, I will call it because I called it in that CGI essay video. And
But they
I
will.
market
Like, you know,
it.
if you've done this
I
long
know
enough,
they
you
will.
know the process.
I know they will, but the thing is that I'm talking about complete replacement of the actor.
Okay.
I'm not
Right.
talking about like editing.
Right. Yeah.
Because obviously there's going to be touch-ups and the eyes can't move, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm talking about complete actor replacement, like in the monument scene in Spider-Man Homecoming. I will fight somebody.
Yeah.
Seriously.
What
about you guys?
I think
Please.
Spider-Man Far From Home, like, I can't see it being bad. Like, I think they will learn.
I don't think it's going to be bad either.
lesson.
I thought Homecoming was fantastic.
I think Homecoming, look, I've reached a point where I've accepted that it's good.
Okay, you just have to reach
we've conditioned you.
said it's amazing. And it's
I
really
think
good.
Alex will agree, but there is nothing beyond it. There's no deeper meaning.
I'm sorry.
There's no.
That's fair. That is fair.
Don't at me.
It's such a surface film.
I disagree, but
I kind of agree.
I'm with Mauricio on this one. I don't think it's great, but it's still I hate this because it shows how low I think of all Marvel movies. But it's my second favorite of the lot.
It's your second favorite.
I like it a lot, though. I like it a lot. I will rewatch it a lot, but I can't.
This is a tired meme at this point, but like, it just feels so light, the whole thing, and that's kind of the point.
But they all do. So I'm like, the fact that like I actually had something to it where I was like, holy fuck, this feels like a movie. I was like, this is different.
What a hater.
Like,
my
hater.
Marvel opinions are shit. Let's just not. We won't go there.
My opinion on Homecoming is I love it. I feel like it's one of the most rewatchable Marvel movies. Like, I've watched it with my family and friends multiple times. It's really funny every time. But I do think y'all are right that it's not like a super deep movie. It's not the most. The dialogue isn't the best of all the MCU movies. It's not got the best action. It's just fun. But I do feel like the complaint that it is not like the perfect rendition of Spider-Man, that like, you know, it's not a perfect Spider-Man movie. I feel like it's okay if this rendition of Spider-Man in the MCU is a journey to the one that we know and love. Like, sure, he doesn't, you know, swing around Times Square in Homecoming, but he will in 3 movies from now or whatever.
I know, but like then that's why Far From Home, everyone's like asking me about it, and I'm so lukewarm because he's in Europe with Nick Fury. Yeah. And I just want Spider-Man.
I just like we're seeing new things. I feel like at least for the time being, I'm glad to be seeing fresh ideas. Like having Ned, I thought was a fun idea. It's not accurate to comics. Yeah. Ned is fun. I like seeing villains that we haven't seen before. You know, I even like the new interpretation of MJ. You know, like I just don't have a problem. You know, I get that some things seem like it's just changing it up.
Let's move on to new questions. Get some more new questions into the arena. I saw one was funny. Is do any of us sing, dance, or act?
Oh,
I sing. I love
singing.
Singing.
In my own short films when I am forced to.
I feel that. Yeah.
I'm gonna be dancing in the La La. I'm gonna be dancing and singing in the La La Land video, and I can do neither.
Nice.
So it's
I was a musical kid in high school. I was one of those people.
Nice.
Yeah, I wish I could. I wish I could sing because it's more I could sell myself on, but like I can't. There's like nothing I can do about that.
I've always said that if you can sing, right, and you are at least a little attractive, you will go so fucking far in life. It's like pretty amazing. Like singing is such a fantastic thing to have. I am so mad that I never learned how to sing, or my parents didn't force me how to sing. Like I'm mad because I feel like it's such a good skill to have. Like just
if you play guitar, like. People will just talk to you. It's weird.
I'll buy your Joey Collins song on iTunes. I'll buy it.
Download it. Apple Music. What is the critically acclaimed movie that we don't like?
Wait, what's the question again?
Critically acclaimed movie we do not like.
First Reformed.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
I could have seen it at the world premiere and I missed it, and now I've waited over a year to see it. Like I was at Venice when it screened, and I fell asleep. Like before because I had 2 hours. I fell asleep before, and I was like, "No, I'll just try catch it on another day." I missed it, and now it's been an entire year, and it's still not out in Australia, and it's killing me.
It's not even out on digital or anything.
No,
dude.
Australia sucks.
It's on digital. First Reform's on digital now.
Is it? No, I want to see it in the cinema.
But back to the question. I'm not the type of person that thinks a movie is overrated. I'm usually pretty good at seeing why other people like it and then getting on that same level.
Overrated is the shitty term, and we should all stop using it.
I remember that, dude. No, I think he just means like personally, what's a movie you don't like that critics?
I know.
No, I meant just in general for everyone.
Man.
I got
Marvel movies, maybe that's my one.
dude,
Yeah, that counts.
I do agree with Jonathan that I think any good film critic should be able to see why a movie has mass appeal from either critics or audiences. Like The Greatest Showman, people say is terrible, and I absolutely understand why people say it's terrible, but I also absolutely understand why people love it.
Yeah, I totally get why people dig it. Like, I hate it, but I totally get why people think it's
that was
like
me with
good. And I wouldn't even argue that. Like, I'd be like, yeah, okay, cool. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think any good
people
critic
want-
can also
people
have
want
the
us to
pulse of the
get
mainstream
the-
too. Yeah.
People want us to get the Cosmonaut Variety Hour on the show. I think we
That
can
would be
actually manage
great.
that.
Yeah.
I think we
still
can
never
manage
watched
that.
any of his
Dude.
videos.
Oh, I
think
love
we
him.
all-
What?
But we all,
Yeah, you-
but we
I
all
feel like
love,
you have.
we all
So
love the
many
Raimi
Nah.
movies here, man. That would be rough. That would be rough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It would
Come
be.
on, man.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
is it that
Who
guy?
loves the Raimi movies here, honestly? In this
I
chat, nobody,
outright
right?
saw those videos pop up, and I'm like,
I
I
do.
am not going anywhere near those because I will like.
No, like I just saw it and I thought it was fine. Like it was funny. I liked his take on it, but it's not going to change my opinion or anything.
Yes, exactly. And that's the weird thing. Actually, this kind of segues another thing. I got this comment to my Civil War video, and it kind of stuck with me. And then someone said, like, why do you assume that your opinions are our opinions? It's like, I never assumed that.
No.
You're taking that. And that
People
my
reject that.
job is not to agree with you. My job is
Okay.
to give you a perspective that informs your opinion. And
Right,
it's so
people,
funny.
people will say that on videos where you present any opinion and they're like, well, that's just your opinion. You're imposing your opinion on me or whatever. Yeah. And it's like,
I know it's
I don't have
mine.
to disclaim before everything that I say, oh, guys, this is my opinion. And
I hate
just so you know,
that.
like,
Oh
it
my
should be
God.
implied that anything that comes out of my mouth in a video is, in fact, my
An
opinion.
Okay, someone
Jesus
says
Christ,
this is
dude,
the
I
best
feel that.
question we've gotten. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm actually really shy and I'm not able to speak to girls about my age. Any tips?
Wait,
I think
about
he
your
means-
age
Or about
like
the same
like
age
on
as
your
him, I'm
age-
assuming?
the same age as you?
Yeah.
He says,
Okay.
like,
Or do you
the-
talk about your age
The
to girls a
exact
lot?
quote is the exact quote is I'm actually really shy and am not able to speak to girls about my age. Any tips?
Okay.
I think the guys here with girlfriends
Yeah,
just
I was going to say that.
Yeah, don't ask for my stance
Would
on
I-
this.
I mean, would I like for me? I mean, Alex has a girlfriend, so I'll let him go next, right? But for me, it's like I feel like you just have to do it because I feel like a lot of the times you keep worrying about what you should say and everything like that. When in the end, you're just you, and if the person doesn't like you as you, then it's never gonna work out, right? So you should just like go and talk to the person, and it's hard, right? But you just like do it. I
I
mean,
think it's just all.
We're
Just be
offering
confident.
dating tips.
Yeah,
We've
the
already-
dating
Wait,
tips.
wait. So
New
can I
tagline,
get the
Film
question
Hub,
again?
the doctor is in.
The question
Can I
is,
hear
I
the
think
question?
they
Is it
met.
about asking girls what their age is?
I don't
What
know.
the
He says
fuck is the
I'm
question?
actually really shy and am not able to speak to girls about my age. Any tips?
Oh, about his age or like
yeah, that's.
speak
I
to
think
girls
it's worded
his
wrong. I
age.
think it's
I
worded.
hope I
Around
think-
his age. Yeah.
What if the girl is my
Okay,
cousin
all
as a
right.
comment? That's
Yeah, I think everything about. I never had like big issues talking to girls for some reason. I think it was just because it's just all in your head. Like any
Yeah.
What a cool guy Alex is, man.
Fuck no, I'm not
Man,
cool.
just
I make Spider-Man videos on the internet, man.
look, you gotta sort of, I don't know, from my experience, I think that you just sort of have to stop sort of doubting
You know how
everything.
cool you are. Just jump in with some weird facts.
Just fucking expose your clout. Just be like, yo, I got like 45K on YouTube. Just like,
yeah.
I'm a fucking big shot. Just do like Ron Swanson. Not Ron Swanson. What's the
pro
Ron
tip, pro
Burgundy.
tip. If you ever try to slide into a chick's DM, like into a girl's DMs, like if you want to get in there, just your opening line has to be, "Give me back my fucking sandals," and they're straight up. Yeah, you're just sorted. You're just sorted. If you come
Is
out with
that a
something,
Tinder-
Has this
is that
worked
a
before?
Tinder tip
You know,
by
that's
any
actually
chance?
no, but
brilliant, because then they'll
okay,
be like,
it's
"What the
never
hell are you talking
worked.
about?"
It's never worked. But I always get a response. I always get a response,
Okay.
which is usually, "What the fuck?" But at least you're in there. You're sorted.
Wait, and then you can
Okay,
say,
he
like, "Oh, I'm so
clarified.
sorry,
He
that
said
was
he
for
meant
someone
girls
else."
around the same age.
Oh, girls.
Okay, all right, cool. So we weren't just sort of like indulging a pedophile.
Just
so that's
my
great.
little I have a speech.
Yeah, okay,
Just
so-
do it, man.
yeah.
Just fucking do it.
Yeah.
It's like the worst
Go
thing's
out
gonna
for
be in your head. You're gonna psych yourself out. She's not gonna call you an ugly fucker. Like it's not gonna happen. Worst case, she just isn't interested in you and tells you to like, buzz off. And then
If
you
you
don't
want
lose
to get
anything.
laid,
And if
Peter
she
poetry.
does, please buzz off.
Yeah, please
Yeah.
do.
Oh, and
If she
like,
says she's
like
not
one time.
interested, that's
Yeah,
it.
one time in one time in high school, I really liked this girl and I thought she was really cute, and so I was like freaking out with my friends, like, oh my god, am I gonna ask this person or what? And then I did, and I was like so scared because I was gonna ask her after class, but she left before class and she went to this room, and I was like dedicated to that day. I'm like, I'm gonna ask this person out this day, and I find her, and she's in this class with all her friends. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. I have to do it anyway because I'd made a promise to myself.
Looks directly down camera lens.
Yeah, so I was just like, okay, I'm going to go up to her and be like, hey, can I talk to you in private for a second? Because like I'm in a group with her for like some school. So I did. And eventually I was like, hey, I kind of like you. Do you just want to go out sometime? And she was like, oh, I'm actually seeing someone right now. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. And
All right, cool.
your heart just goes.
Yeah, but it was fine because it's not like, you know, like it really was nothing, and I'm already like over it. So I don't think any girl. It's not like in the movies where the girls are gonna look at you and be like, "Who the fuck are you?" You know, people are gonna be kind. They're not gonna be like assholes unless you want to date an asshole. You know,
that's how I met my girlfriend. I just walked up to her and was like, "Hey," and she was like, "Who the fuck are you?" And then, that was the extent of it.
Exactly. Love at first sight.
Yeah, that's
well,
it.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the dating advice.
I
like this comment.
We're all experts.
Yeah, all
experts. Yeah. Totally qualified advice.
What is the best Batman movie?
Mask of the Phantasm. Don't at me.
Mask of the Phantasm. I agree.
Get out of this. What?
No. Wait,
what the fuck are you guys on about, man?
Mask of the Phantasm is great, but not like.
Dude, I
got to see it in theaters a month ago.
Oh,
and that was awesome.
Bastard, dude.
Imagine getting asked that question and not responding with the Dark Knight.
Imagine
being that. Dude, it is the Dark Knight. It is the Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight is the best Batman movie, but the Mask of the Phantasm is the best Batman movie.
I was converted. I used to be a Dark Knight or Go Home guy. Now I'm a Batman Begins or Go Home guy. I think I was fully converted by Batman Begins.
That's an okay take. Well. That's an okay take.
That's fucking good shit. Oh, can we just like admit, because there is this growing trend on YouTube where people have considered The Dark Knight Rises bad.
I have no time for that. I have no time.
I don't understand
that at all.
That movie should not have existed at a level of quality that it did. That is
fucking
like, one of those people is
momentum and stake.
I'm one of those people. I'm being attacked here. Can I just have my opinion that it's a disappointing?
No, what you think it's not a fucking bad movie.
I thought it was brilliant. I really liked it.
I'll take that it's disappointing.
Yeah.
I think
by no means on any scale of a reasonable person, because people are like, it's bad, and I'm like, you are not a reasonable person.
Can you
right? It's
Bailey.
You can say within the context of the trilogy, it's a disappointing film compared to the others, but in the grand scheme of films, it's like saying what the worst Harry Potter movie is. They're all good. Like,
can I give the case then? If you're just gonna like say that my opinion is worthless.
I'm not saying it's worthless. I'm just saying it's wrong.
FilmHub Civil War.
Exactly. Yeah. Didn't know Dark Knight Rises would be the one that split us. But for me, it's just, I think that the film has way too many, I think it's overstuffed. It whenever it reaches a problem, it just comes up with a new character and nothing is honed in. I feel that every character is lost, that there is nothing to anchor me into the movie. I just think that Bane is such a I love Tom Hardy, but that's his worst performance. And it's so funny, but it's supposed to be serious. And I don't get it. And I think that opening scene.
I love Tom Hardy. It's the one thing I love about the movie.
The opening
scene.
But
you don't like it either.
The opening scene.
I think it's stupid, but I like it, if that makes
sense.
That's
fair. But the opening scene, I mean,
Bailey, you and me.
Getting shot.
Look, I'm not going to deny
the Aussie boys.
There's stuff about it they cooked. Like Talia al Ghul's death is like, oh, really? There's so many things that could have been handled. There's a lot of things that could have been handled better. But in terms of, I don't think, since at least, and again, this is like a weird take. I know we've discussed this before, but public, get prepared for this one. At least since At World's End, like the third Pirates of the Caribbean, I haven't seen a movie stack its stakes quite like The Dark Knight. Like The Dark Knight Rises understands it's a war movie, right? Mm-hmm. And that's how I say it. So like, it's just building until like. And the fact it's all practical, but it's just
exactly,
like all
exactly. It's all fucking practical.
You're praising the texture, not the text. My problem's with the text.
That was a good line. That was a really good line.
The text. All right, guys, lock it in. At some point before halfway through next year, before June, I'll do a Why I Love the Dark Knight Rises, and I'll fucking sell all of you on it. I'll
think
sell you all.
I have 2 cents about this. Literally, like 2 words. I think that Chris Nolan just stopped giving a fuck about making superhero movies and just made whatever the fuck he wanted, and that's cool. I don't vibe with it all the way, but it's still amazing. Like Nolan's an amazing filmmaker, but like I don't personally vibe with it. That's like that's my opinion.
But to me,
I just think that the last 10 minutes of that fucking movie, man.
Oh, they're great. They're great.
It's just like I've just it's like I can replay it in my head. Like I know beat for beat what happens. But
I love
it's
Joseph
so
Gordon-Levitt's
iconic
character,
and
I love his
man.
resolution.
But I thought he was underused in the movie, and I wish the movie removed some characters so I could focus more on others. Like whole characters
Didn't really have that much though.
Yeah,
they didn't really have that many.
I
Can
think
we all
it
agree
did,
that
honestly.
Robin's stupid? The name, like making it called
Yeah,
Robin,
the name
fucking
is
dumb.
stupid as fuck. It just should have been Richard.
Richard,
Grayson.
like Dick. I don't give a fuck.
Dick,
Say
yeah.
Dick, like go for it. But
Yeah.
I think Nolan, that ties into what you said. He just stopped giving a fuck. He's just
doesn't
like,
give a single
fuck
fuck about
fuck
Batman.
these stupid fucking basement dwellers.
Go from one topic to another. Are there any plans to discuss Last Jedi on a podcast?
I don't
No,
care.
no,
enough
no,
about
no,
I need
no,
a
no,
break, man. I
I
need
don't
a break
want
for
to.
another
I don't
6
want to.
months.
People are gonna unsubscribe immediately. Honestly.
Yeah. Oh, okay. How about we
Man,
just do it? Hands up if you like Last Jedi. 3.
What if
Hands up if you like Last Jedi.
I'm already up. Two hands up.
what if I don't give a fuck? Like I don't feel any kind of
If
way
you don't
about
give
it.
a fuck, then
Just in the middle, man. In the middle.
Okay, right there. That's where I am.
I'm
I
in
just
the
don't
middle.
care. Yeah,
I'm a full That's our
It's,
opinion.
it's a fine movie. I don't think Ryan Johnson needs to have all these death threats, and that's
that's ridiculous.
That's all I need to say.
Here's a good question. Here's a good question to deter
That's the
us.
last time we talk about The Last
Yeah.
Jedi.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Here's a good. Why does everyone hate origin story movies now? What happened?
Wait till you see Spider-Verse and it'll change you back. You'll be like, I want more origin stories. Give me them all.
I do
that's
find it. I
the
do
best
find it
origin.
interesting that we have certain trends where now. I mean, he's right. Now everyone hates origin story movies, and if you do a traditional origin story movie, you're looked at as like it's like objectively. Oh, it was an origin story, so it was bad now. Like
Wait, so is Deadpool bad?
according to some people, I don't know.
Deadpool like
Really?
the last,
I
like
love
Deadpool's good.
standout
Deadpool
origin
was
movie.
fresh.
I love.
I do think
They
Deadpool 2 is
really well.
I mean,
better,
Wonder Woman is a great origin story, and you know that was not met with any controversy whatsoever. And I played it relatively by the books.
I just think that Batman Begins ruined origin movies.
How so?
Nah, wait.
Well,
wait
of
till
course,
you see
now when you
Spider-Verse.
do an origin story movie, it's compared to Phase 1 of the MCU. They say, oh, it feels like a Phase 1 MCU movie. That's what they're saying about Aquaman now too. You know, where if it's more by the books, then it's Phase 1 MCU.
I like Iron Man 1 more than half the movie, so I'm okay with Aquaman being a favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spider-Verse is an origin movie, so that
Spider-Verse
changed my
is the best movie we'll see this December. Watch it. It is better than Aquaman, and I haven't even seen
I'm
it.
so
It's the
excited. I'm
best
so
movie.
excited.
Amazing.
You guys are all really fucking wrong because Alita Battle Angel comes out. So
No, it doesn't. That
So
comes out in
fuck
February.
It
yeah.
doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah, it's
oh
February.
shit,
now.
it's pushed back.
No, it's supposed
No,
to-
I fucking
Because
care.
Mortal Engines will be the best movie of December.
Yes.
Oh my fucking god. Dude, I posted on Twitter and people were like, what the hell is Mortal Engines? Or like, oh, I completely forgot about that movie. That movie's dead. It has like 30%
I don't think
on
I've
Rotten
seen.
Everyone in the chat.
I don't think I've
press F
seen a movie that.
for Mortal Engines. F in the chat for respect for Mortal Engines.
Right
Yeah.
now,
Do you ever like ask? Do you ever ask questions like why did Disney or why do studios in general? Why do they make these movies like Mortal Engines or The Nutcracker? Like, why do you make these movies?
They think
and
they're going to be
spend
huge.
So much fucking money.
I mean,
but do they?
part of it is
Like,
the international
who
market, I think. I
wants to
would be
see-
willing to bet that Mortal Engines will make a lot internationally over China and everything because they love that kind of crazy
Man.
CGI stuff.
It's gonna get eaten
Man,
alive
that
by
shit is
Aquaman.
gonna bomb.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
Dude,
Aquaman's already out in China.
China box
Yeah,
office.
why are we getting a bunch of Fs? What the fuck?
Because
Jonathan
for
said
Mortal
F to pay
Engines, dude.
respects. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Mortal Engines.
I did a tweet comparing Mortal Engines to it's the Valerian of this year, which Valerian was the gods of Egypt of the year
apparently
before that.
like,
Which
Jay's already seen it, and he was like, no. Because I mentioned that tweet. I was like, is it like the Valerian of this year? And he's like, nah, Valerian's like amazing compared to it. And I was
No,
like,
No, but like in terms of
No.
like the public not
Yeah,
seeing
yeah.
it and it being like
Yeah,
big
yeah.
budget and all that stuff.
Yeah.
to be fair, I watched Valerian on an airplane, so like
Yeah, I've
and
got
I
to see
feel like
that.
that's descriptory of the kind of movie that it was.
That was the same weekend as Atomic Blonde, and I was like, fuck that. I'm seeing Atomic Blonde twice or something like that. 'Cause
Mm.
the movie was awesome.
And now with this, it'll be the same weekend as Into the Spider-Verse, and you'll say,
Yeah.
F that, I'm seeing Into the Spider-Verse 3 times.
Exactly.
Yeah. Someone said Artemis Fowl trailer. Should we talk about the Artemis Fowl trailer?
I didn't even watch it.
I skimmed through it. I really don't care anything about Artemis Fowl, but I thought the last shot was interesting. I thought it was cool.
I really like the Artemis Fowl books. I think they're really creative. They've got a lot of great world building. They're really well written. Like the text is very rich, but the movie looks like just bland.
Generic?
And
Generic?
okay, this was my biggest problem. The casting call for the kid had a description of the character, and it said Artemis is a charming, fun boy who takes joy in the world and all this kind of stuff. In the books, Artemis is a horrible person. He's a villain, and throughout the course of the first book, he becomes an anti-hero, but he's still a total a-hole and like is a jerk to everyone around him and this pretentious kind of Draco Malfoy kind of kid. And that's what makes the series interesting. So it's like, I think they're just making him a good guy in the movies, and that's kind of annoying. Yeah. The interesting thing about the series is that he's sinister. Like, you know, he's like young Lex Luthor to some degree.
Okay,
in the chat they're talking about Kick-Ass, and Kick-Ass is
I've
amazing.
still never seen it.
Kick-Ass is one of the best superhero movies ever made. It's
For
fantastic.
me is
I love it.
I shouldn't have let this happen to me, but I was again like a huge Kick-Ass fan, as I think most of us were, and I was so hyped for the sequel, and the sequel destroyed me. It was like one of those so bad sequels that it ruined my interest in the first one, and I shouldn't let that happen. But sometimes that happens. You kind of have to let it happen to you.
Kick-Ass 2 is so bad.
Yeah.
That they made, you know, the I don't remember his name, but like Red Mist became like the bad guy in the second one, and he was just the least intimidating person. And I know that was the point, but I could never take him seriously because every scene he was in is just like a gag. So it kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Got a question that like I think would be cool to answer was, how do I start my filmmaking career without going to film school? How many of you guys go to film school right now? Like, I feel like a lot of us here do want to have a career like in film at some point, or at least like in that field, like animation or whatever. Is everyone here going for like having a career in film, like post YouTube or at some point?
Yeah.
Yes.
I could talk about this a little bit because I'm looking at film school
Every
right now.
person has access to a better camera
Yeah.
than when they were making films in the 50s and 60s. You have sound equipment that's cheaper than ever. You have editing software that's cheaper than ever. There kind of aren't any excuses. That's
You don't
really
even.
it.
Yeah,
It's that
that's
is
true.
it. It's you know.
You can go to film school. A lot of film schools, what they have is connections, and that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But if you want to be a filmmaker, just start making movies. There's like a new movie that came out that's all filmed on an iPhone.
Yeah.
And you just have
what's
to keep
the
making
Unsane?
Soderbergh movies?
Unsane. Yeah.
Unsane. Yeah.
And it just keep going. Just if it's your passion, get everything you can and just make whatever you want and post it on
Make
the internet,
shorts.
because the internet is your canvas.
I tweet about this. all the
I've
time,
done a
but,
lot
like,
of looking into this over the past year, and everyone who I've talked to in the film industry, which I know a good amount of people here because it's Georgia, and Georgia is the biggest film industry place right now, has said that you don't need to go to film school to work in the industry and to be a director and everything. And that it's really just about showing people that you can work hard, that you're good at what you do, that you're willing to learn, and pulling yourself up by your bootstraps and making connections and building a reputation. That's what it's really about.
90% of talent is being there and giving a shit. That's
Yeah.
90% of it.
Yeah. And I even when I was on set, I'm almost spoiled that I was on set for, but I can't say. But when I was an extra a few weeks ago, like I could see connections being made among the PAs and like almost people moving up just through talking with each other and making friends. And like that's how you move up in the film industry rather than getting a degree and stuff.
Were you Tom Holland's stand-in? Is that what you can't say?
That would be amazing. No, it was a TV show.
I
of
also
the
think
sort,
that
but
a lot of people question
spicy,
people ask often is,
insider scoops.
is like what should I make movies about, or how do I like? And for me, that's why I love video essays. Is that there's a market for this stuff, and it's about knowing what tools you have and figuring out the best possible story to tell with those tools. So if you have access to a set, if you have a friend who works in a restaurant, write a scene that like you can work after hours in the restaurant.
Yes.
There you go. That's how you do this shit. Can I work, and then that's how you craft your story.
As someone who like has been through film school, because a couple of people have like jumped in now and said about like I was at film school for too long, and I basically should never have gone. The thing is, you get a lot of people who like are like, oh, I'm you know, I'm in Australia. There's no film industry. There's none of this. Like, I've got to wait until I go to film school. It's like, you'll get to film school and realize they are not there to help you. They do not give a fuck about whether you do any good. It's all about how much you want to do. So like, the thing is, you've got to learn to self-motivate, and you have to like work on how you're going to sell yourself and how to be able to talk to people. Like, the biggest thing is, it's no good going to film school for 4 years and coming out, and at the end of the day, you're still like a nervous person who can't talk to people.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing that I learned straight away was like,
it's
while I was
social
at film
skills is
school,
the biggest thing.
I was immediately tried to like walk into the classroom and let people, like, I was a kick in the door type person, be like, hi teacher, I'm not going to be in the class today because I've got stuff to do. And they're like, oh, okay then. And like, you want to be, it's all about like the confidence type thing. Like, for me, you've got so many avenues to give out funding. Like in Australia, there's government funding for stuff. I'm going through the process of that right now to get a show made. Like, there's a bunch of
they
stuff.
don't have that in America.
Really?
No,
Dude,
no, so they don't have that. They don't have that in
we
America.
cut down like this bill that's like helps.
I saw that, yeah.
The arts, like, that's such bullshit.
And that's like, even without that stuff, like, you've got YouTube. And the thing is, like, as far as I'm concerned, you don't need film school. I learned more from watching you guys and other YouTube essayists than I did from film school. I learned nothing of you there. Everything you need is on YouTube.
Just like,
you don't need to pay whatever, like 40 grand or 20.
Exactly.
I don't know how much it costs. I've never actually checked how much
40 grand on like fucking making a movie.
No, yeah, you don't need to spend. I wish I had that money now to spend on actually making stuff rather than sitting in a class and learning like stuff that I could have learned in 5 minutes from one of your videos. You know what I mean?
I feel that. I get what you mean. Mm-hmm.
I've been in this sort of film school this year, not college, but sort of, and I was surprised at the level at which the film that we shot for our final project, the short film, with like the nicest equipment they had a black magic camera and the best lights and C-stands and like super high-tech equipment, all this kind of stuff. It's not very good. It's bad because, and I thought honestly that the things that I've made and that I've seen other people make with DSLRs was much better because it had more inspiration behind it, and rather than just being a class project, even with the top tier equipment kind of stuff. Yeah.
This guy, Atomic Monkey, just said half the time we're just shown video essays in class, and I think that's a really good point.
Atomic Monkeys has been my cinematographer and editor for like the last couple of years, so he feels.
I love this question. I'll jump on it.
You know him?
Yeah, he's been my editor and stuff for years. So
fucking like I have this class called Globalization, which is where we learn about like the United States and like the government and politics and social economics, and everything. The entire class is just essay after YouTube video, and then the teacher tells us to talk about it, and that's the class.
Yeah,
and it's so ridiculous. It's insane, and I'm paying for it.
What videos are each of you the most proud of in terms of writing or the message or just producing it? Which of your videos are you most proud of?
Blade Runner, Spider-Man 3. This Ant-Man and the Wasp one is a bland movie. It was also one of my favorites.
Batman Does Not Kill is my.
That video is amazing.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I'm proud of that video, and I didn't even make it.
Thank you. I appreciate it though. Just because I think I just put my heart into that, and that's what I give a shit about. Like, you can have nice editing, you can do all that shit, but if there's not heart put into it, like the newest Nerd Writer video, not to throw shade, like I don't like why.
But definitely throw shade.
Why? You know.
I feel like if you're gonna make a video, you have to like feel it, and you have to have passion behind what you're talking about. If not, the audience will know that you're kind of half-assing it. Yeah. And I also agree that the latest Nerd Writer video. Yeah, and the latest Nerd Writer video is just fluff. You know, it was fluff, and the audience isn't stupid. We have to treat the audience like they know. You know, the audience is smart. At least most of the audience, because I read the YouTube comments, and
the people who comment.
We do read them. We do read the comments you leave. I think actually, I really feel I found my stride with the Marvel Studios retrospective videos. I've really been proud of those. And I think that it's weird because a lot of people, they do Marvel videos because, oh, that's the cool thing to do and it gets views. But for me, it's like, I really care about the series, and just I feel like it's connecting to something bigger. And I think really the Winter Soldier video in particular was like one where it's like,
that's my favorite video of yours. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's my best one. I really feel that way.
Wait. We lost. Round Table's dead.
Oh,
guys, I died. I ran out of battery. Oh shit.
He's dead. He has the dead.
Well, at least the stream is still on.
Still going.
Sam Bennett says, "I feel like I should tell you again. Robin was the shit." Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. You're one of the hardcore Robin fans. One of the two.
Press F for respect for Brown Table. F in the chat for Brown Table. Let's do this.
Is he coming back, or is
have
that
no
it?
idea.
I'm sure he will.
Is that it?
somehow?
Oh wait, he just that was the snap. The snap just happened, and then
snap.
Brown Table got taken. So
He didn't feel so good.
he doesn't. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so let's get wiped out.
I saw this question earlier, like this was like probably 20 minutes ago, and I don't want to talk about the Endgame trailer because you know Bailey hasn't seen it, but how do you think it will be when it comes out? Like, what are your anticipations? What do you think it can be, or what is your fears about it when it comes out?
I have a FilmHub exclusive answer to that.
Okay.
I've never once said my opinion on Infinity War.
Oh,
For a
really?
reason. I don't love it. I like it. I don't love it. So I don't really have super high expectations, but I will probably like this one because it's, I don't think Marvel makes anything I don't like besides Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Well, fuck
Marvel
Ant-Man.
Studios. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
I fucking watched that video last night. Like, I don't think I'd
wait,
seen
my
it.
video, my Ant-Man one.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
kept fucking.
Fucking, man,
I
I was
don't
losing
get
it. That's so
People
funny.
that hate that movie, and it's like I just thought it was okay, and I just forgot about it.
Oh,
and
it's
I-
fine. I like it. It's
Yeah.
fine. But that's how I
think-
feel about most of these movies. Is that
Fair
they're
enough.
fine.
As a huge MCU fan and unashamed about it, I am not someone who's like, oh, all these are just fine. I'm like, I love most MCU movies, honestly.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
Like-
awesome. Yeah.
even
I'm
some of the less good ones.
extremely, yeah.
Like-
I'm. Yeah, go ahead.
But like even like I was not the biggest fan of First Avenger, but now I love
Yeah.
First Avenger.
Yeah,
And
I
that
always
happens
feel
for
like
so-
even the MCU movies that I forget about and think are just mediocre, I'll watch it and be like, oh man, this has a lot more merit than I gave it credit for. Like, stuff grows on me.
It's weird, man. I would rather watch like Iron Man 2 than a lot of the newer ones.
I love Iron Man 2. I love Iron Man
I
2.
finally found someone else. I really enjoy it.
Yeah,
I know
It's
it's like
okay.
not great.
you and I have
but
very similar opinions. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I-
Avengers 4 has the ability to be amazing because I love the idea that it is a slimmed down cast. We're back to the original team roster. And so as much as I love the huge team of Infinity War and the sprawling nature of it, the epic nature of it, I like that we're with the intimate, back to the original team for the last movie with them in it. And that's huge.
And Rocket Raccoon, which makes
And
it-
Rocket Raccoon and Nebula. Yeah. But I also think the Russos have demonstrated that they have the best understandings of all of these characters pretty much. They have the best interpretation of Tony, the best interpretation of Captain America, definitely, the best interpretation of Thor, and hopefully they'll have the best interpretation of Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Like,
we hope.
so I'm very much looking forward to seeing how they wrap things up, and I think they're the perfect people to do it.
Speaking of wrapping things up.
Segue!
Segue! All right, yeah. So I reckon. Oh, hang on. Wait, look. Either way, I've got to go now. I've got to go get to work because I
have to go
so
as well. So
I'm gonna head out. But basically, might as well just say before we head out that we don't really have any schedule for when we're going to do these videos. Now that we've had one video where it's all of us in one hit, we're going to be cool to do like just say 2 or 3 of us. We're going to get other guests on. It's going to be a bit more irregular. We're going to have a bit more kind of like strict topics down the line where we're like, here's what we're going to talk about today. Let's stay on that topic. All of our channels and our social media will be linked in the description and in a pinned comment. So for any of you guys watching, that's where it's all going to be. And yeah, this was fun. We're going to have a good
was
time
fun.
doing this.
It was
Yeah.
fun.
This is
Yeah, I had a good
therapeutic, man. It's therapeutic.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Have the audience
talk
with
shit.
It's like this is Alcoholics Anonymous, but we're addicted to
It
making
really is.
video essays.
Exactly.
That's it.
And it'll be way less hectic, I think, with smaller groups. So we're
Yeah.
not all talking over each other all the time, which isn't like any of our
Yeah,
fucking faults.
sure.
But
We just got a Thanos snap the whole thing.
I know.
Just cut it in half every time.
Yeah. So,
Uh,
all right, guys.
well-
thank you.
wait, he's
thank you
back.
very much.
As Bailey's leaving, he's back.
Yeah, I'm back, guys.
We should just
I'm
do
back.
our
Yeah.
we should just do our outros, like each person say who they are and where we can find them.
Okay, let's do that then.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Bailey, go.
Let's do that. Let's
All right,
cycle.
so
Yeah.
so again, I'm Bailey from Breaking Banter and Loverboy Media, and you can find me on Twitter at Loverboy Media, and then I've got don't worry about the other social media, that's fine. Just those ones. Go support my channel. I need help, and I don't want FilmHub to become a bigger channel than Loverboy Media by the end of this video.
Yes, yes.
That would be
Subscribe to Bailey,
depressing.
seriously. Yeah.
That would be depressing. So yeah, all right. Thanks, guys. Much love.
See ya.
See you, man.
See you, Bailey.
Bye.
I guess I'll do the last one because I'm hosting.
I'm Films and Stuff on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter at JBURD22. That's it.
See ya. I guess we're leaving
Yeah.
now.
Are we
Yeah,
all leaving?
right.
Are we all leaving? Okay, cool.
Okay.
High Top Films. You can find me on Pornhub.com/HighTopFilms or on Twitter or on YouTube. I mean, like you probably know who I am if I'm here right now. But yeah, find me on
Yeah.
Pornhub.
Yeah.
And I'll hang up once
That's the
everyone else
same.
hangs up.
That's the same. I am that
Find
Robbie.
me and
Just
Robbie.
Pop it into Twitter or YouTube. You know, Pornhub. There might be something. I don't know. Something might have leaked.
Your newts league.
Um,
that was it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm keen to do this again, fellas. So, arrivederci. See you.
I am Houston. My channel is Houston Productions 1. You can find me on Twitter at BlockbustedPod to read my nonsensical fanboy tweets about Avengers 4. I don't have any witty responses. That's just, I'm a very genuine person. And I think as you and I get to know each other and you subscribe to my videos and give me money on Patreon, we'll get to know each other more,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, I'm
Wait,
seriously leaving now. I plugged myself. Goodbye, guys.
am I
That was
left?
fun.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye.
And I'm Mauricio from Brown Table. You can subscribe to me at Brown Table and @BrownTable_ENT at Twitter. And that's pretty much it. I make lots of video essays and random stuff.
It's just the two of us now. I think we could go.
It's just the two of us. Yeah. Should we go? I don't know how to turn off the live stream. That's why.
3, 2, 1.